Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the first week of my one volume per week series where I read or try to complete one volume of manga every week and give you a brief summary synopsis about it. For this week, we have At the Mountains of Madness by Go Tanabe, based on H.P. Lovecraft's work. And there were a couple of things I really liked about it. I didn't know what the story was about, but I know, or I've heard of H.P. Lovecraft, and I know he's famous for Cthulhu and the Elder Terrors kind of genre. He basically created like a whole bunch of new creatures and brought about this, I guess, new fantasy horror style in writing or in readings. And I was surprised to see that he actually based it off of Edgar Allan Poe, a poem or a short story that Edgar Allan Poe wrote back then. So moving on, the art style in here is actually not bad. It's pretty good. It gives me that American comic book kind of vibe. And there are actually a couple of really good double page panels of the sceneries. Here are the faces, things of the sort. Let me try to not review too much, but here's another nice double panel scene, and these scenes are actually really great. And I would like it if the volume was sized bigger. I've heard that in some of the European countries they have like an omnibus version of it, or a large hardcover version like the Berserk ones that we have here for this series. So maybe those scenes would play out a lot better in a bigger format with double-sided pages. So if I knew how to like read French, I probably would get those. I think there's a French version of it, but I can't. But interestingly, it's about a group of scientists who go to Antarctica to basically discover like what's hidden in Antarctica, and they're basically exploring it. And this is back then when technology wasn't as advanced and when the continent wasn't as explored completely yet. So they're trying to be the first ones to basically find out what's there, what Antarctica used to be like. According to this, back many million years ago, it used to be a tropical place, whereas now it's really snowy and Arctic and icy. And one team continued onward when the weather was getting really tough, and then their risk paid off, and the reward was that they found some type of creature or a monster-like thing that wasn't discovered yet, in a sense, and they're trying to make sense of it. And I already had a feeling that there was going to be a monster involved because it's H.P. Lovecraft, and I assumed that it would be Cthulhu or something similar to it. But I was actually kind of surprised when I saw what it looked like and what type of components or anatomical parts that made up of this monster. So that was a good twist. And then what happened to the group afterward, basically things like that. So it's a mystery horror kind of story, and I still haven't uncovered the mystery yet, so we have to move on to volume 2 to figure that out, and I'm excited. I actually want to complete it. And I really liked why I started this one for this week was because I wanted to read something that was short, and I didn't want to start like a new series and have to read it all the way through. This one only has 2 volumes, so I could easily pick it up, finish it in a week or two, and then move on to deciding what I want to read next, because I'm not very consistent with my reading. So there's that. But yeah, this one has been fun so far. Art style is nice scenery, good pacing, good storytelling.